My call to the priesthood came in a perhaps somewhat unusual way. I came from a very strong Catholic family, went to Mass every Sunday, but I didn't really want to be a priest when I was a young man. I wanted to be a baseball player, and I wanted to be a lawyer and then a politician. That was pretty much the path I was on. But then one spring day in 1974, I was a freshman at Fenwick High School, which is a Dominican high school outside Chicago. And the young professor, he was a Dominican priest, presented to us one of Thomas Aquinas' arguments for God's existence. No one else in the class, I don't think, was very impressed by it, but for some reason, that was like a bell going off in my mind. It gave me a sense of the reality of God, which I've never lost. I was utterly fascinated by the fact that we could think our way to God. And that led me on a path to the library to read more of Thomas Aquinas. I remember my father telling me, well, couldn't you start with something a little easier? So I was 14 at the time, but I began reading this philosophy and theology. That led me then further into the experience of God, into a personal relationship with God. If God is real, God exists, and God is the highest good, shouldn't I give my whole life to Him? So that's the way my mind and my heart began to drift, and it led me to the priesthood. And really, I've never gotten off that path because most of my life as a priest has been as a professor, as a teacher, a writer, a scholar. So I really think God reached out to me through Thomas Aquinas. People ask sometimes about what advice I would give to a young person who's discerning a vocation. I would say this: stick with the theodrama and not the ego drama. The ego drama is what I want, my projects, my plans. The theodrama is what God wants, God's projects and plans, and they are always more fascinating than anything we could come up with. So be open to the theodrama, be open to a sense of surprise. That's the advice I would give.
For information on the priesthood or religious life, log on to www.ewtn.com/religiouslife.